All right, here is the painting segment. So you're gonna have a brush and paper towel, of course, to dry your brush. And then I'm gonna let you guys use 2 different kinds of paints so that you can choose the colors you want. The temper cakes are great for this. We're gonna create a resist on these Wayne Thiebaud cakes. Resist is when you go over something and it still shows through. The water from the paint will not stick to the crayon. The crayon will resist it, which is where we get the name. Then we're gonna have these as well. These are the ones that we used for the Bulldogs earlier this year. So you have different colors that you can use in here as well. I wanna give you a variety of colors. And at the end of 4th grade, like we are now, this should be something that you can do successfully, have 2 trays of paint on the table. So if you remember, we did different directions of our strokes for our background. We did our light area and our dark area. We had different values. And then the table, I had different values as well because I had the shadow down here and I had the outline of these, the knots and the wood grain. So what I'm going to do today is I'm gonna start painting my cake, and I'm going to paint my cake just like I would if the light and dark areas were not here. When I do that, it's going to make it look like light is shining on it. So for my first, I'm gonna start with this purple. Remember, the secret to making this paint work is water. So I'm gonna get my paint going here, and then I'm gonna paint right over, and that didn't stick real well, and that's okay because it's creating a resist. I'm gonna paint right over my yellow. Let me try it with the temper cake, see if I can get it, because I do want it to go over a tiny bit. There, the temper cake goes over a tiny bit more. You will see that I am creating light and dark areas. So I'm gonna use this purple. I am going to go to the next row because I'm doing, you know, every other alternating pattern here. And you just paint right over the crayon. You do want that color over the crayon, so if you're using the tray of watercolors like this and it doesn't work, see if you can use the color from the temper cakes because it will show up. So then it looks like the light is shining over here and it's in shadow over here. I'm going to use green as my next color. Get it wet. Remember, water is the secret. So I'm going to paint right over. And you're going to have the true hue or the true color in the center where there is no light or shadow. But when you do it, your black crayon and your yellow crayon will create those values for you. Do the bottom. And you want your paint to be see-through. You don't want it to be so thick that you're covering. Water is your friend. See? Cool. Lightness, shadow. With this next layer down, I planned on doing a rainbow. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and put water in my colors here to get them started. Okay, so once again, this is my red one right here. So this stripe, and then this stripe actually comes down. So there's my red. And then my orange is going to be next. So I planned on doing a rainbow pattern down this second tier of the cake. My yellow. So anyways, you get the idea. You're going to paint over all of it. When you get to the background, you are really going to see how nice it is to have those different colors to layer, because it just becomes really vibrant and pretty. Let me just finish this layer here. So green, because I'm sure now that you see me doing this, you're itching to go. And we have my blue. I'll actually pick up a little bit more paint there. The blue, and then last but not least, my purple. Then it'll go back to red over here. This is my purple section that's in shadow. There we go. So you're just gonna paint over it like you normally would. This is gonna be purple right here, right? Because it's before the red. This one's gonna be red over here because it's after the purple. And then you can imagine the back of the cake has all of those colors in it. So you're gonna paint the whole thing. You're gonna you're going to paint in all the areas. There's gonna be no white space left. And when you're done, you will have the illusion of light and dark. It's going to be awesome.